Hi, in this video I will guide you to build a client computer system without hard disk. I will show you how to turn your Synology NAS into a server for a diskless system. Client computer running Windows 10 operating system. You can also apply the same method with XPenology NAS. Client PC without a hard drive, booted over the local network and running Windows 10. So how to do that? Watch the full video to see how. My Synology NAS server has IP address 192.168.1.10. First you install the DHCP server application for Synology NAS. The DHCP server will provide the IP address to the client computer. Here I set the DNS addresses to 8.8.8.8 and 1.1.1. You set the IP address to match your local IP address range to ensure the client is on the same network as the Synology NAS. The gateway IP address is 192.168.1.1. This is my router IP address. We will enable PXE later in the video because it needs some boot files. After installing and configuring the DHCP server, create a new folder named zboot. This folder will store the files needed for network boot. You give permission to which account can access the zboot folder. So I have created the zboot folder. Next you enable NFS. After enabling the NFS service, you will grant permissions to the newly created folder, the zboot folder. After activating the NFS service, you activate the TFTP service and select the root folder, that is the newly created folder, the zboot folder. Next you create a hard drive for the client. Syn Manager. You create a new ISCSI target. Here you can customize IQN to suit your wishes. Or you can use default IQN generated by Synology. Next is the hard drive size for the client. Because the client runs Windows 10, I recommend that you set the size to at least 30 gigabytes. So I finished creating an ISCSI target. Don't forget to enable allowing multiple sessions to connect to ISCSI target. The IQN information will help you to connect remotely later in the video. As mentioned in the step before network boot, you need some boot support files. You should create those files on Linux operating system. Here I use Ubuntu OS. Since my computer is running Windows 11 operating system, I will create a virtual machine running Ubuntu operating system. You can choose your favorite hypervisor like VirtualBox, Hyper. And here I use VMware Workstation Player. After you have the ISO file, create a new Ubuntu virtual machine. It is recommended to create a virtual machine running Ubuntu desktop operating system to make it easier to upload files after creation. It is recommended to set up the network in bridge mode so that the virtual machine is on the same network as the Synology NAS. You can run Ubuntu Live and don't need to install the operating system. But I will install a complete Ubuntu virtual machine to avoid errors when creating files. So I've got a virtual machine running Ubuntu. Try to check if the virtual machine can connect to the Synology NAS. You need to make sure the virtual machine can connect to the Synology NAS to be able to upload files after creation. So my virtual machine has successfully connected to the NAS server. Next, I created the startup files as mentioned. You open the command window and update with the command sudo apt update. Next command you add some packages to Ubuntu's repositories. And this command is the necessary packages for opXE. Next, navigate to the Downloads folder. To download the necessary files for building the boot files, you use the following command. This is the folder where the files are downloaded. Navigate to the XSRC directory. Next you use the text editor Nano to open the configuration file. There are some protocols that are not enabled for IX, so you need to update the configuration file. If you want to enable any protocol, just replace undef with define. Here I enable HTTPS, FTP and NFS. Actually in this video you only use NFS. Next you create a new text file named boot.ipxe. You update the text file content as follows. Set the client's network to DHCP. The client will get the IP address from the DHCP server. After the client receives the IP address, you will let the client connect to the ISC target hard drive. To connect to ISCSI target hard drive, you need to update the IP address of Synology. Next is Linode. Here Linode is 1. Finally your IQN. You update the above information in accordance with your Synology NAS. Completed .ipxe file. Don't forget to save before closing the file. Once you get the boot.ipxe file, you create the boot files that match the client computer's motherboard. The first file is ipxe.pxe. This file is for motherboards using BIOS. Next is the file undianly.kpxe. This file is also for motherboards using BIOS. The next file is undeonly.kkpxe. Another file for motherboards using BIOS. The fourth file is also the last file named .exe.efi. This last file is for motherboards using UEFI. After creating 4 files, copy these files to the Downloads folder before uploading to Synology. These are the files you will get, which I will upload to the NAS server. You upload these files and save them in the zip folder. The task of the Ubuntu virtual machine is done. You can turn it off or delete it if you want. Double check to make sure the files have been successfully uploaded to Synology. You browse the PXE boot folder and check the boot files. After obtaining the desired files, you set up a DHCP server. You enable PXE and select the appropriate boot file for the client computer. My client uses a motherboard that supports BIOS, so I set the boot file to undeonly.kpxe. Next is to download the Windows 10 operating system image file. Many thanks to Poop for creating Windows 10 operating system images. You just need to download and clone to your ISXi target. To download, you use torrent client software. This is one of the torrent clients you can use. After the installation is complete, add the link and start downloading Windows 10 image. The Windows 10 image file is about 6 GB in size, so please wait patiently for it to download. This is the compressed file you get. You use decompression software like WinRAR or 7-zip. The file after extracting has the extension VHD, so you mount it on the Windows operating system. Your computer will appear a new hard drive, which is your Windows 10 image file. So how to clone Windows 10 image onto ISXi target. First, you use ISXi initiator available on Windows operating system to connect to ISXi target on Synology NAS. You need to discover by NAS server IP address. And this is the ISXi target that I want to connect to. I will connect to it. Connected. There will also be a message on the NAS server letting you know that a connection has been established. You will see your computer appear a new hard drive. Next I will clone the Windows 10 image to the ISCSI target I have connected. The software commonly used to clone between two hard drives is Macrium Reflect, a free software for personal needs. You install Macrium Reflect software like other software. Here is the list of hard drives. You choose the source hard drive and the destination hard drive before clone. Clone speed between two hard drives depends on your local network bandwidth. You wait patiently when clone between two hard drives. Complete. So the settings on the Synology NAS are complete. Time to check the results. You connect the client computer using a wired network to the same local network as the Synology NAS. Next you let the client boot over the network and wait for the results. Successful connection. Successful start. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This way you have turned your Synology NAS into a hard drive-less server.